Hey guys, shout out to our Patreons that allow us to do these kind of things right here because it does cost a little money for the things that we do and everything else just for fun. But thank you guys for allowing us to be able to do something that we love doing, and that's talking about all these different things. With that being said, today we're going to be talking about do like these little short reviews because these episodes are so short and everything else, and we're still covering The Last of Us. If you haven't seen those recaps and reviews, head on over to the channel and check those out as well. But with that being said, today's review is going to be a short little review of The Mandalorian. We got the season 3, episode 1 that dropped. Really thought that it was super good as far as a first episode. Yeah, there wasn't like a huge amount of things going on. With that being said, it was just like setting it up, right? It was setting up the season. So we got the Mandalorian, we got Grogu, we got them like going on their travels. He's trying to get to the Mandalorian's homeworld, Mandalore, to be able to bathe in the springs because like he had taken off his helmet. So technically his part of the Mandalorian is the ones that doesn't allow people to just take off their helmet and everything else. He has to do that for redemption to be able to be part of the family again and everything else. So we see his journey, like the very beginning part of his journey of trying to get there. We see him trying to recoup IG-11. Who slowly passed away on us in the first season or whatnot, whenever he saved everybody there at the end with the lava and everything else. They had made a statue of him, which I thought was pretty cool. And he tries to revive him. When he does, IG-11 goes back and reverts back to his old ways of trying to take out the Grogu, because that was his target. And so the Mandalorian and them have to like basically smash him back up again. And now we have I can't remember what the name of the actual species was right off the top of my head, but I will say that like straight up 100%, we had the Babu Frick characters coming back. That one little gleaming spot of, fun that we had with the Rise of Skywalker, because a lot of people don't like that movie or whatever, but that's one character that people did have a good laugh about and thought was like real cute or whatever. So that species is here inside the world of the Mandalorian, which I think is kind of a cool addition to a certain point. I mean, it did get a little goofy, a little too goofy during their little parts where they're trying to fix IG-11. We find out IG-11 needs another part that the Mandalorian is going to have to try to go find. So him and Grogu's off on their adventures. But the bright spot of this episode, and the reason why I think a lot of people should watch it, is it had some really, really cool, like in space battles, really cool like scenes going on where the Mandalorian's got his, super hyped up Naboo fighter going around asteroids, fighting these pirates or whatever, because earlier in the episode they had a confrontation. They're trying to get him and everything else, and so that was really fun. That was one of the coolest fight scenes, I guess you would say, or action scenes inside of space in Star Wars in a while. I thought that was actually pretty cool, him like hiding behind some of the rocks, coming out and shooting them and taking them out one by one. That was really fun. Pedro Pascal's knocking it out of the park on The Last of Us. He's also like here in The Mandalorian, still doing a good job doing what he needs to do for the series. But yeah, I thought it was a really nice setup episode, one to enjoy and have some fun with and everything else. I mean, obviously I love Star Wars, almost everything about Star Wars. Just look behind me at all the stuff. You got Game of Thrones mixed in with Star Wars and stuff right here. But yeah, like I think it was like a really good episode. Like I said, really fun. It had some action in it and stuff like that, but it was really just a setup. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is a little bit weird because we're doing The Last of Us like reviews, like I talked about earlier, and and we have this coming out the last couple of weeks of The Last of Us. And not only is it weird seeing Pedro Pascal in 2 like big time shows right now, but also like you get the feeling like of that 30-minute time. This was like a 30-minute episode, really short, really quick. And you're watching The Last of Us, and some of those episodes are like over an hour. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of feeling it right now. Like when you don't have another show that you're watching that's a longer show, and you're watching The Mandalorian, it's really cool. And I do think that it is really cool that The Mandalorian is not super long most of the time, like 30, 35 minutes here and there, because like when you do go back and rewatch the season, it goes by super fast. It goes and that can be like really fun and stuff like on rewatches later. It doesn't drag out too long and everything. So I just don't know like, you know, about it. If it's like super good, they're doing it that way. Or if it's super bad, I'm somewhere in the middle. But yeah, man, this was like definitely an episode to go watch, go see. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the setup. I'm excited for season 3. Hopefully they have some cool stuff. We also had Bo-Katan in this one right here, like a defeated warrior sitting on a throne where nobody's there. She's basically ruling over anything or nothing, basically, because everybody kind of left her because she doesn't have the dark saber, and the dark saber is still held by the Mandalorian. So it's going to be cool to find out, because she even said, like, go find those people. They'll follow you and do whatever you want to. Just swing the dark saber around. So it's going to be interesting to find out what's going to happen from this point on. And I think they did set up a pretty good like story to tell from here. Like, I was like, man, what are they going to do in Mandalorian season 3? I was kind of worried about like what's the plot, what they're going to be doing, and they kind of set up a decent one that I'm interested in seeing. There's also another scene where they're going through hyperspace and they have the space whales on the side, which are the things that took away Ezra Bridger and Admiral Thrawn, like in the Rebel series, which was super cool. It was super cool watching old Baby Yoda over here, like being able to see them through, like, as they're going through hyperspace. That was a cool little shot as well. So yeah, very enjoyable. Need to go, if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It's definitely worth the watch, and pretty excited for where season 3 is going to happen. Now, for the rest of this journey, what we're going to be doing, because these episodes, most of them are so short, we're going to be doing these little short like reviews and like talking about what we liked or disliked about the episode real quick. Mostly going to be me doing the short ones, and then I'm going to have Jagan join in, and possibly even maybe 1 or 2 other people from the team join in after a few episodes has been done, and we can kind of talk about like the series so far. So we're going to have these short little reviews that I'm doing right now, and then we're going to have longer ones like as the season goes on, to be able to cover more, because like it's one of those things, the episode is not even 30 minutes, so it's going to be kind of bad to me if you're talking about that one episode for like longer than the actual episode was. So we're going to try this like new little journey we're going to do, especially with the Mandalorian, because of how short the episodes are. But until next time, guys, peace. Hey guys, it's Justin, aka Hambone, just here to let you know a couple of things that we have going on with the channel. One, we have a Patreon. If you can and want to support us, you can do that. Little as $1. You can join the Discord. We also have a merch store where you can get some cool shirts, mugs, and stuff with all of our different shows and labels on there. And thank you for all of our supporters that have already been there with us.